the reason why marriage doesn't cure this for most people is because it's not a spiritual problem, really. I just don't think it's a spiritual issue so much. And it only becomes a spiritual issue because we as Catholics treat it as such a moral issue, spiritual issue, whereas I think most non-Catholics either treat it more as is this becoming an addiction? What are the circumstances? What are the intentions? Or don't worry about it at all. And those other alternatives have their own problems, but this is a uniquely Catholic problem.
Yeah.
Because of the very dark lines that we've drawn around this, right? Welcome back, everyone. Craig and Jonah here today. How are you today, Jonah?
Doing pretty good.
Are you?
Yeah, not so bad.
Good.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I'm doing. We got all of that out.
We did. We just aired that out right now. I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but
well, Craig is wandering through the desert again.
Yeah.
Which is our favorite Craig.
Yeah. Makes for a good
disgruntled content.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm losing hope that there's any real, I don't know, oasis to all this stuff. I just, I don't know. Wears me down.
It can happen, Craig.
I don't think that's true. I think you're the only person in the history.
Joe Pilot.
You and Pilot are the only two people in history have got this stuff figured out, and it's not dragging you down.
Well, cheers to Joe Pilot.
Yeah,
we did it.
That's right. No, I am now officially on the opposite end of that spectrum. I think the less you think about this, then the less you depend on intimacy in your life.
Jonah 2.0 is going to love that.
Better off you are. Yeah.
Just grind away.
Yeah. Now, if I could do that without the
resentment.
If I could do that without the other infractions of the flesh being a concern.
So if you could take a pill to make it all shrivel up and die.
Yeah, I would take that.
In an instant.
I wouldn't have to think too long.
What if you couldn't revive it?
I think I've seen enough now. I think I could confidently take that pill.
I don't know, man. That's a tough pill to swallow.
I wouldn't care how big it was. Give me one of those cow.
Careful what you ask for, buddy. You're aging, and it might not.
I see nothing but upside.
Make your confessions less interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Or maybe you add some variety to it.
Yeah, that would be nice. The priest would be like, finally, got something else to work with here, buddy. I was cross with my neighbor, and I looked a little too longingly on his new tractor, and good stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no,
coveting thy neighbor's tractor.
Yep. I wish that was the vice that I had to work on the most.
Oh man, well, I don't know. I'm not taking the pill anytime. That pill.
Yeah.
Soon.
No, I'm pretty convinced I would take that. And it's not like I'm getting any younger, or the circumstances are getting any better.
Wonder how many guys would take that pill.
Yeah, if you could just take a pill and be a eunuch in your mind and heart without any thought or concern to that stuff, would you do it?
The thing is that it would make you indifferent to your wife at some level, even if it's only sort of subconscious. I don't know if that'd be good or bad.
I think that So I think the downside, the risk to it is, I mean,
because it'd be like, why am I putting up with this?
well, yeah, I mean, you could have a good cordial relationship with people, but if they, treat you like shit one day, you're more likely to just cut off that relationship. You don't really have that opportunity, right?
There's a reason people stay with their spouse. And,
yeah. So when those moments happen, it probably would be difficult. You're like, well, not what's in it for me, but like, what's the,
sort of.
Yeah. How do you
come together again?
Yeah.
Like
that would be hard. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe you just have to live in a separate house and just make it all work out then.
She'd probably be okay with that. Yeah.
Oh man.
The trouble is who'd have to have the kids. I think that'd be the hard part.
Well, I mean, if you just build houses next to each other,
have like a tunnel between them or something like that. The kids
go back. Kids would love that.
Kids go back and forth like a hamster. Hamster thing. Big tubes, a big bunch of tubes back and forth,
like Mario.
Yeah, the kids can run back and forth, or we could chase them back and forth to the other mom, the other parent.
The other mom. What's going on there? Yeah, but you took the pill.
Yeah, well, maybe there will be two moms then. I'll be the fun mom.
All right, well, we got that figured out.
Yeah, so yeah, just waiting for FDA to get on that.
The shrivel pill.
Yeah, maybe I just take more Tylenol. Maybe that's the thing.
Oh God! I don't think that's what it does.
It's not taking enough of it. Yeah. No, I'm fully on board taking the pill and not having to think about it again.
It's an interesting thought. I don't know. I'm not into that yet.
Maybe if we weren't dealing with all this NFP nonsense and stuff, and you could do it when you wanted to and when you needed to, maybe. But
when you're this close, you're gonna like fumble on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I don't know
what through like 25 years of this.
I don't know what's actually in the postmenopause end zone. I'm not.
It's like behind door number 2.
Hey, I'm not really convinced that there's anything to get real excited about over there. You bust
Joe Pilot.
Yeah.
He's our only post-menopause sort of data point.
That's true. But I don't think there's any other ones.
When I read like the women over 40 conversation, like lots of people having sex after the menopause.
Girl lying.
Could be, but I don't know. That is just got the more liberal side of things over on Reddit.
Yeah. I'm just not convinced. I'm becoming more skeptical that's
actually,
what it
there's
actually
two camps on Reddit. I think there's women that when they go through menopause, they hate everybody around them.
Yeah.
And then there's some women that embrace it and have a lot of intimacy. So
how do you
depends on how you roll the dice on that.
What determines which one you get?
Probably hormones.
Huh. Maybe
so you don't know what you're gonna. So it's like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're gonna get.
We might both need pills.
Well, yeah, and maybe hormone replacement therapy does help generally.
Yeah.
I think based on what I read, I'm not.
Yeah, if she was willing to do that, maybe, but I don't think that's
not in the cards.
I don't think that's in the cards.
Well, there's all different kinds of it. I don't know. We were actually reading about it last night. When we were sitting on the couch, but just by chance, I happened to have Reddit open. I saw an interesting thread on HRT.
You know how the what's the old Christmas story where the what is it? The husband buys his wife a hairbrush and she cuts her hair to buy her husband a pocket watch or something like that. You know that one?
I don't know what you're talking about. No.
People in the comments will know. Yeah, there's something about husband and wife. They were very poor. They didn't have anything, and but they wanted to get something for each other. And I feel like maybe the husband had a pocket watch and needed a gold chain.
Mm-hmm.
And his wife, it's something along these lines where for Christmas for each other, he sold his pocket watch to buy comb for his wife's hair, and she cut her hair and sold her hair to buy a chain for her husband's pocket watch. And so they got to Christmas. And
so where are you going with this?
Well, I'm just saying, wouldn't it be weird if I'm secretly taking a pill to like make it all shrivel up and die? She's secretly taking hormone therapy, and
that would be something.
Yeah.
Boy, see. How would you feel about that? All of a sudden, she's pining away. I suppose maybe you'd feel good about that.
I have to start another podcast, probably.
Now you know how I felt for years.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident that's
and
not
it's great in marriage. You can just throw it in their face. That works out great every time.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm just grumpy right now.
I can't tell.
Yeah. It's we missed our one little opportunity under the Marquette method due to interference from children, and now instead of a normal 2 weeks, it's going to be like 3 weeks or something like that. So yeah.
That's great.
It's so
all
much
right.
fun. It's
get your confessional ticket punch card ready.
Yeah, put this little clip in all the brochures for the NFP pre-Cana stuff.
Doesn't matter which method it is, really.
No, get ready for the suffering.
Yep, that's right. Marriage, you got the engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffering.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So there you go.
It's all.
And NFP is a good part of that.
Yep. If you like suffering like Jonah 2.0, this is for you.
This is great.
Yeah. Speaking of suffering, it's been a while since we reacted to Christopher West.
All right.
Take that one on.
Let's see what he's got going on.
This one I think is right up our alley. Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Our next question is from an anonymous listener. Dear Christopher and Wendy, my girlfriend and I have been dating for almost a year and want to get engaged in the next few months. We've been taking the TOB Institute's Next Step class.
Oh, good.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
What institute?
The TOB,
his
thing.
Okay. Oh, his of course.
I'll bet his pre-marriage classes are real fun.
Seems like maybe you could add a component.
Yeah.
He doesn't want my component right now.
Yeah, my approach probably lines up a little better with him.
I have had a masturbation addiction for 15 years.
Is this man or woman?
And have been
him.
It's him.
It's always a him.
He is writing in.
Yeah, he's writing
okay, I thought maybe she did. I was interested there for a second to see what's going on, but
I've got a poll on Twitter. People, by the time this episode comes out, the poll will be closed. But I asked people.
I haven't been on Twitter. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you should still get in. It's got a couple days left.
All right.
The question is, have you ever had a masturbation addiction? And I say by that, just couldn't stop if you wanted to, right? And then I asked the same question about porn.
Okay. By addiction, though, did you define it like?
You just
how would you define it?
You couldn't stop it if you wanted to.
Well, but like, what are you talking about? Like, every day?
We'll talk about that a little bit here.
Okay.
I think different people have different perspectives on it, but I think
because like you see, I think in these Catholic women Reddit posts where they talk about that they're not talking anywhere near the levels that I think a guy experiences.
So far, the results said what I suspected, which is that it's almost a universal problem for guys and almost universally not a problem for women.
Oh, come on. There's women that do it.
I'm not saying there's none, but the vast majority of men and far more men struggle with masturbation than porn.
All right.
So anyway,
I'll check out the poll.
Yeah, check out the poll. But I did it once I read this or listened to this podcast because I was just curious because of the advice that he gives here. So we'll go on.
Okay.
Really battling it for 5 years. I've made progress.
5 years.
So you said
how old is the guy?
He said, I've had a masturbation addiction for 15 years and I've been actively battling it for 5.
Okay. All right.
Freed from porn, but I'm far from healed. In the next step lesson on sexuality, they warned us not to expect marriage to cure a masturbation habit.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
Oh, at least they're that. At least they're honest enough about that.
Boy, isn't that funny? Yeah, there's a reason why, buddy. You're going to find out. Oh, man.
It may create a habit even if you didn't have one before.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Because, it's one of those things where is marriage and neurification a sin? And for that, it sure is.
I think so.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Like if you had never done any of that before marriage.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way. Yeah. You're talking less than a percentage of guys can handle that.
Yeah.
Living with a woman you're attracted to, and then you know what it's all about after a while, and then
I would say even if you found out you were infertile and you could theoretically do it whenever you wanted, it's still gonna
things still come up in life.
Dry spells are gonna come up, right?
Yep.
It's almost,
but the body doesn't stop.
Almost unavoidable if you are a Catholic and you're having kids or having to use NFP for a while,
or you just have got life happens. You got illness in the family, issues in the family, just things happen in life, issues at your job.
Yep.
This has me wondering, is it more loving to get engaged now or to wait until I'm chaste? On one hand,
boy, we would have a very different answer. We should have a different. We have a very different show. But if he waits, he's never going to get married.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh gosh, I can't wait to hear what they have to say. But they have to be realistic, right?
He's a little realistic, but not as realistic as we are, as you might expect.
Buddy, it doesn't matter when you ask or when you don't. It probably isn't getting much better anytime soon.
We're going to run the wedding industry out of business. Close up shop, all the dance halls and wedding chapels.
It doesn't say how old the guy is, right?
No, I'm guessing.
So 15 years, he must be
maybe
late 20s.
Maybe he's late 20s, maybe he's 30. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
He's got a lot of years yet.
Yeah, you should check out the Uncharted Catholic Man before you...
Just put a link in.
Yeah, come on, buddy.
In the comments to their video.
Yeah.
Because, it ain't getting any better, buddy. It ain't getting better after you're married either.
Nope.
Especially if you have kids. It'll be fine for a while. Probably.
Could be.
Then once you have kids, then it's going to change.
Yep.
But then...
Like you said, the body doesn't stop.
But then you can take one of two paths. You can either get back on the train and, or not.
Yep. Wander around the desert for a while.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what they have to say.
I don't want to let evil win and hold us back from the even greater goods of marriage and from beginning the journey of life alongside each other. And because it may take years to kick this habit, I don't want to keep my beloved waiting indefinitely.
Letting evil win. That's a difficult phrase to swallow because is it evil? The porn thing, sure. Fine. Porn can never really be supported. However, some of this is biological at a certain level. So you're letting biology win?
Yeah, I think the church has a real difficult situation on her hands, the way that she's characterized masturbation as evil all the time, anytime, regardless of the circumstances or whatever. Now I know,
and there's a phrase too about how we can never, even no matter what science says, it's always going to be intrinsically evil.
Yeah.
So that is a problem there, I think.
But it says what it says, and so naturally you have people like this who are like, that's the situation you're trying to wrestle with, and I get it. But I think this is I don't think the church appreciates the actual extent of this dilemma for people if they're trying to take it seriously and also trying to enter marriage. And we'll go on, but This I think, quite honestly, is the most fundamental, most prevalent issue that's going to affect Catholics way beyond
and their marriages,
and way beyond the contraception issue or something like that, right? Like this,
because secret solo activity is not good for a marriage. I'm certain of that. They at least have to know about it.
Well, she does. We'll go on.
Okay.
But I'm unsure if I have the capacity to be a gift or not.
Boy, that's
My
just
girlfriend.
messed up. Like, that's such a messed up thought. Gosh, is that good for people? Like, honestly, is that good for people to think that? There's no way.
That's, again, yeah, I think the fact that we've trained people to think that if you engage in this and you are somehow not even not even worthy of being married or couldn't possibly be married or couldn't.
So the guy has a libido. This is
he's a normal, healthy guy, and he thinks he's
broken,
screwed up monster.
Yeah, and St. Paul even says that that's the reason to get married.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't control your desires, you should get married.
Yeah.
If you can, you should just be like Aquinas and tell everybody they're going to hell.
Yeah. Those are the two options. Those are the two options.
Yeah.
Knows all about my struggles and is doing her own discernment. Thank you for your thoughts and for making this podcast.
Dear brother, bless you. Thank you for your honest question.
Sorry.
Thank you for your vulnerability. I want to speak first objectively about the reality and then subjectively about the reality. Meaning, in the objective case, in the objective sense, one who is in the throes of an addiction to masturbation.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, in the throes. Like,
yeah.
Getting heated up there.
Yeah. I
want to know what he means by addiction.
Yeah.
Like, so I think by definition, addiction has to affect the rest of your life.
Oh.
Like other aspects of your life. I don't think it just means that you do it. Like, I mean, people have, I suppose, drinking addiction where they just drink one beer a day. If you count that, I don't know.
I think of it as something with 40 some years of life experience and 20 some of that as a married person and 30 some of that as a sexually, but developed man. I think if you literally can't go more than a day, if you are like having to do it multiple times a day, I would consider that an addiction.
It depends on your age too.
I guess.
I don't know.
To me, if you literally can't make it through the day without it, I think that's
no. I don't. I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, I disagree with that. I think it's when it affects your life, as far as like if you can't go to work or like you can't do anything else because you just have to focus on that. I don't know. I mean, and
I think it is age. I mean, I do think
age will slow you down a little bit.
Yeah, my experience now versus when I was in my 20s is very different. But let's just put it this way.
I mean, at the biological level, it is like going to the bathroom to a certain extent. So, I mean, are you addicted to taking a leak or what?
I guess, yeah. You got to curb those terrible passions. We've always talked about that PMAS period is kind of a few days after, up to a few days after. My thought is
the bliss period.
Yeah. From a biological perspective, let's just get morality out of the issue. If you are not capable of, let's say, going a few days, if you need to, if you literally can't function in life, I consider that an addiction. You're rolling your eyes over
gosh, I don't know. It depends on your age to a certain degree and what you do then. Like I can see maybe like an addiction to porn, I guess. If you need that to do it, I don't know. I can see that as being a
like if you literally could never fall asleep at night without doing it. Don't you think that's kind of an addiction?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know, but you
Let
would
us know in
definitely
the
want to
comments.
marry a woman that had that issue, right? Like she couldn't fall asleep at night without being.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm serious. So I mean,
that should be the matchmaking. That should be the
mean,
only factor that matters.
Man,
I mean,
a lot of guys would kill for that woman.
yeah. And again, I'm not even touching the morality of it. I'm just from the question of an addiction, right?
Because I did look up the definition of addiction. It's something that it's uncontrollable.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
because I think
I don't think once a day is an addiction necessarily.
okay. Well,
especially when you're a teenager or like in your 20s.
let's just say you're.
It's not firsthand experience talking to me there.
Let's say you're a guy that can. You've never been able to go more than a week without it, but you don't need to do everything. Okay, so I think there's a lot of Catholic guys who would consider themselves addicted, and I don't think that would be an addiction.
Yeah,
no, maybe
like
it's a vice.
You're talking once a week.
Yeah, let's say it's once a week.
Yeah, I would say that seems.
I would say you're actually in
the normal healthy you're in
pretty
healthy
strong
parameters,
control of your
if you're once
pet,
a week,
right? But so I think
got a firm grip on your on your passions there.
Yeah.
I
just from the question of whether something is an addiction, I think Catholics have been trained to think that if it happens at all, it's an addiction. And
that's what it sounds like on Catholic Women Reddit, where these women write in
if it
about,
happens at all.
Yep, these guys have problems. They need counseling.
Yeah, and I think a lot of guys, especially young guys before they get married, have really been led to believe that, and then when they get into the marriage, like, holy crap,
this isn't going away at all, and it's a lot worse.
Yeah. I think those are the quiet majority that I think are struggle. I've had those struggles, and that I don't know. I don't think you go to Christopher West or anyone else. I just don't think you're going to get a very helpful response.
They get a slap on the side of the head with a stick. Is I think what is coming here.
Yeah, let's see what he says. So,
all right.
In as much as he or she is in the throes of that, does not have mastery over it, is not capable, objectively speaking, of being a gift. That is true. That is true.
Oh,
you
my apologies, but that is a dick thing to say. Like, I mean, you got some guy who's coming here spilling his heart out. Yep, you're not a gift, buddy.
Yep, this marriage isn't for you, buddy.
Boy, that is a dick thing to say to somebody.
I just
think that's a terrible thing to say.
That's horrible.
Like, I mean, that's horrible.
And he's the guy. He is the guy that people come to now.
Man, boy, I have some colorful language to say there, but man, that's the wrong thing to say to that guy, I think.
Not give yourself away when you are not in control of yourself. Only one who is in control of his desires can be a true gift in those desires. That is objectively sound wisdom. The objective case.
Now he's going to try to.
Okay. Let me try also, though, and it's necessary to speak into the subjective reality. That means your personal story, your personal journey, your personal reality. I would not make a blanket statement myself when it comes to applying that objective truth to a particular pastoral situation. I don't think one can therefore conclude that you should not get married. Why?
But he doesn't rule it out. Like, you know, right?
He does not rule it out. It's just disturbing. This guy is the guy.
This guy is the guy. He's the one that's giving all the talks, writing all the books, you know, getting promoted by all the bishops and stuff. And I think that's horrible advice, and you are setting people up for failure beyond that's not really their fault.
Yep. I agree. I I don't know, I lost my train of thought, but it's just disturbing that he would say that to the guy, because it's at some level, it certainly is biology. It's not something that he can necessarily totally control in his late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Well, there are graces that come to us through the sacrament of marriage that aid us in growing in holiness. That is absolutely true.
I will tell you what. Sure. On my wedding day, you do feel some grace, I think. At least I did. My wife did. But man, I don't know if it helps with this stuff. It's maybe more about being
self-sacrificial
commitment.
Yeah, and I think it helps you, that self-sacrifice needed to give up some of the things you maybe enjoyed so that you can provide for family now.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go to work all the time, and you're not going to spend weekends drinking beer with the boys, and just, I'm not playing video games as much anymore.
Yep, you give up a lot of your hobbies and stuff.
I think marriage can and does help with those things, but like
there's
you
all
said,
kinds of self-sacrifice in marriage.
yeah, but I mean, I'm not to say that marriage, not any way to denigrate the sacrament of marriage, though. That's not what we're saying, but.
I don't know. According to that definition, people should never get married. I think, as far as there should be very, very, very few people that get married. If you're going to say that people that have these desires before marriage and they can't really control them, there's probably like 3 guys in America that get married now.
I agree.
Hand, and then we also have to hold in the other hand
talk about hands.
The correct wisdom you receive from the Next Step program. Do not expect marriage in itself to cure your masturbation addiction.
I agree there.
Yes.
It won't do it in itself, but the grace of the sacrament can and does aid in our growth in holiness. The question becomes, what?
Gosh, yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. My libido was completely unaffected by me getting married.
Yeah.
It didn't change. And maybe I wasn't praying right or whatever, but I certainly tried for a long time. And I was at the point, too, where maybe I would have taken the shrivel pill. But, thankfully I didn't have that opportunity.
I think there's a real tension here, because I think we're dealing with a fundamentally biological issue, and we're throwing nothing but spiritual solutions to it. And I'm not saying prayer doesn't matter, that the grace of the sacrament don't matter. But
no, prayer. I have seen miraculous things happen through prayer.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I don't know what if it's something is biological.
It is. I mean, the guys struggle with this, and women struggle with this. I think because of biology, not because of any sinister attacks of demons and stuff like that, or even original sin. That's my own personal feeling.
Sure.
Because it's,
I think, especially the biological reason for the drive is to bring you together with your wife, so you stay committed. Once, like we talked about earlier, if you didn't have that drive, would you really stay married for that long? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I suspect that if you could just turn your drive off in your 20s, guys wouldn't get married. I mean, the reason that you get married to a large degree is to say that you're only going to have sex with this one person. And that's part of it. Yeah. And that it should be not totally freely available in a marital debt sort of way, but it's going to be very freely available. Yeah. And that's the reason that most guys get married.
Yep. That's what people are led to believe. I just think the reason why marriage doesn't cure this for most people is because it's not a spiritual problem, really. I just don't think it's a spiritual issue so much. And it only becomes a spiritual issue because we as Catholics treat it as such a moral issue, spiritual issue, whereas I think most non-Catholics either treat it more as is this becoming an addiction? What are the circumstances? What are the intentions? Or don't worry about it at all. And I'm not, those other alternatives have their own problems, but this is a uniquely Catholic problem.
Yeah.
Because of the very dark lines that we've drawn around this, right? So,
It's the loving thing to do for this woman you love. That's a big question. And I am cautious to give a black and white answer because life is complex, relationships are complex. The Lord works in mysterious ways. I don't want to make it sound like I think I know this is the right thing to do.
Even though he does that all the time.
yeah.
However, all that said, if I were pressed to come down with my personal advice, it would be something along these lines. I think you would be wise. You would be, let me put it that way. You would be wise and you would be showing a sincere love for this woman to put some measure on your capacity to be a gift.
Here comes the. Okay. Here comes his. He gives him. He's like, you need to go this long without it.
Okay.
So, what do you think it is?
Oh gosh, how long you should go without doing it?
Yeah, he's gonna say something like that. I'm going to wait until I have blank sobriety from masturbation before I propose to marriage to this woman. How long do you think?
Gosh, I don't know. Like, I think that's a terrible way to phrase it. I would say if I was going to give advice to the guy, and that's what I was thinking about, I would say cut out the porn and only think about her when you do it, and try to move forward. I mean, the porn is a bad thing. Like you shouldn't.
In porn has, I think, actual physiological, negative, emotional, bad things could happen above and beyond the moral part of a thing. Like there's proof to back up that this is probably not a good thing, right? Unlike solo stuff.
Yeah, I think he should just focus on her and go to confession as often as you need to, and don't be too hard on yourself.
Well, let's see what the master says.
I think
here.
that's fair advice. I can't think of anything else I would add. Really, what about you?
I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends on if this issue, if it happens, is going to be a mortal sin, and your soul's in jeopardy. I would say don't get married. Because what's more important than that, right?
That is the argument. Yeah,
and I'm not advocating for that because I have my skepticism about that. If that's really how the Lord looks at it.
Yeah, I mean,
if that's how the Lord looks at it, don't get married.
Everybody should be castrated.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you, because it's going to happen. It is almost certainly going to happen at some point during your marriage.
Yeah.
And if it happens once, if it's as severe as Alphonsus Liguori and those guys say it is, then don't get married.
Yep.
But
you're right.
Right. But if we're being more practical about it, understand that it's going to happen. And that's the question is it, do you have enough control over it that it's not, like I said, screwing up your life? Not, it's not, maybe it's above board with your spouse or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's a different conversation.
No.
But let's see what the master says.
Okay.
Something like, I am going to wait until I have 6 months sobriety from masturbation before I propose marriage to this woman.
So 6 months sobriety. It's never happening. I mean, I could see 6 months sobriety from porn, maybe. Or
I think
even a firm commitment, just say I'm not going to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
And
this guy says he got rid of the porn a long time ago. So like this is I think,
and he did say that the porn is gone.
Yep. And I think this is what guys should be doing. Get rid of the porn.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say like don't get married if you have a relapse or something like that, but if you can like turn it back off again, I would not get married because one night you by yourself and you went on your phone or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's a
that's
problem.
ridiculous. Yeah.
we're just talking about masturbation here.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 months before you could propose to her.
That is this guy. I mean,
It's so unrealistic.
Terrible advice. I mean,
okay. So what happens? All right, we're engaged now. We got a wedding set. Oh, I slipped up. Wedding's off.
Yep, wedding's off.
I mean,
I couldn't keep my hands off myself.
Jeepers, guys. I mean, I don't know that I've seen anything more unrealistic than this.
That's got to be the stupidest advice I've ever heard. I mean, so basically no guy in the U.S. could get married outside of like a handful.
Yeah, maybe. And again,
it's true.
I think if you're a guy that can make it all the way to your wedding day without doing it, do not assume that you're going to be able to keep that alive when you're married.
Or if this guy could stop for 6 months,
Yeah.
he should not get married then because he's overcome it.
Oh yeah,
It's only going to get worse after you're married.
yeah.
I mean, that's true.
Because then he's going to be back in. Now he's going to be riddled with all this guilt.
Oh, be beating
Yeah,
himself up.
yeah.
Yep.
More ways than one.
Because then, because then he's an unworthy gift and all that
Oh my
stuff after
gosh.
they're married. Yeah.
Yes, I mean,
This is
he is
psychological
setting
abuse.
He is setting him up for failure,
Absolutely.
and there is nothing from what I can see unusual about this guy. I would say this guy is pretty normal, pretty typical.
Yep.
And
Typical American guy.
yeah,
Yep. Unworthy
now it
gift.
sounds like his wife is still, or his potential fiance is still considering whether she wants to get engaged, since he apparently can't whip the habit. But
Did they say that? Or
well, she's doing her own discernment. It said.
okay. I wasn't sure what that meant.
I assume that's what that meant, but
Okay.
maybe she wouldn't say. Maybe. No.
Boy, so then this stuff makes women neurotic too.
Oh yeah.
You know, like if their experience, like according to your poll, shows that they don't really have an issue with it. But
And there are women, I think, who would view this as no different than their husband having an affair and stuff like that. And
that's just not realistic.
so, yes, it creates, I think, completely unrealistic and unhealthy expectations of marriage for both people. If you're going to listen to this stuff.
I would beg for a follow up from this guy, like if he ever gets married or if he just says,
Oh, yeah.
all right, you know, I went a week without it.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting better.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable advice. 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Because I want to tell this guy, let's say you do that. Let's say you go 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, son. You get married. Life happens. You are going to do this again.
Mm-hmm. If you're married.
If you're married, you will do this again. And you will probably struggle with this on and off at best for the rest of your life.
Yep.
And you're going to have to make a decision about whether you are going to let this be the measure of your, capacity as a man. If you think that you cannot be a good man without, with any slip ups at all of this, I'm sorry, I've got news for you.
Yeah.
And his wife too. I think it's going to happen. It is going to happen. It's just a matter of how often and how, how long.
Yeah, I agree. And I think you obviously can be a good man, even and a good husband, even if this happens.
Yeah, I totally disagree with the idea that any man that does this at all
It's an unworthy gift.
is an unworthy gift. Like that is just bad advice.
Terrible.
I'm sorry,
advice.
that is just really, really bad advice.
just
Maybe it's maybe it's theologically accurate, but I just think beyond that, and maybe even contrary to that, I just think that is just horrible, horrible advice.
Yeah. You're giving people all kinds of psychological complexes there by telling them that.
I think this is worse than the old traditional marital debt standard.
Yeah.
Which I have my own. I have all kinds of problems with that.
Yep. Yeah. It's the
But
same
like you
thing.
said, kind
It's
of
the
go back
same
to
thing.
St. Paul. St. Paul says if you can't, get married, and that's how they treat it. Is like, okay, you have the marital debt because people have needs.
Yep.
And it's okay. But I just think this, whatever this is I would say far more damaging to people.
That's an unrealistic standard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what guy could do that
Mm-hmm.
at virtually any age, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm. Now
6 months is a long time.
there are people. There are. We interviewed a guy years.
Mm-hmm.
A guy from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
He was older than us.
He was.
Struggled, and he did one of these like 30-day novenas or something like
to
that.
St. Joseph, yeah.
And was quote unquote cured. I haven't heard from him in a while.
No.
Not sure if you're still listening. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Because
and-
how long had it been for him? Because was he able to avoid sex then too, totally? Which would just be awesome.
I don't think so, but I think they were definitely like
postmenopausal
and stuff like that. I guess it's been a while since we had that interview.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the other person I'm thinking of is I've privately chatted with this person who's a traditionalist who's given me a lot of hard time about our content because we're quote unquote soft on the masturbators.
Don't go soft,
yeah,
you go hard.
Yeah. You know, not surprisingly, he grew up, beating himself up over it. And I think he did a similar thing. It was like a 30-day novena or retreat or something like that and came out quote unquote cured. And him and his wife were having a baby, and I checked
First
in.
baby?
No.
Okay.
Number. And I checked in on him. I asked how the postpartum went. He said, good. No slip up. So I'm not saying it's impossible. And I would be surprised. This was probably a year ago. I would be surprised if there haven't been any slip ups because, like I said, it's a biological issue more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You can develop discipline, but like you said, I can't discipline myself to only go to the bathroom once a day. Much as I would like to, as convenient as I would be, there's no novena that's going to change that biology.
Like you said one time, it's just like that bucket that they have at swimming pools where, it just keeps filling up till it just tips over.
Yep.
I mean,
I think that's the reality of it.
Yeah. And just for the ladies out there the guys understand this, but I think, as far as like, his wife or his fiance is doing some discernment, there's very few guys that could go 6 months.
Don't, especially if they've had past,
even after you're married, if you, like you said, if you do engage in the marital act, which hopefully you do in marriage, I mean,
I've always said it's like a nuclear reactor. Once you start that thing up, you got to keep it cooled.
There's only one way to cool it down.
As long as you don't mix the isotopes or ions or
whatever's going on in there.
Yeah.
We don't understand it either.
But once you start the process, it never stops.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I think for the most part, the ladies that are in our audience get it.
Yeah.
Right. I
think so.
I don't think there's too many, but I really feel bad for I have just seen the evidence that this theology of the body stuff has really, not only because I think the men have always had these struggles, right, under the old or whatever, right? But I think for women, I think it has created a very unrealistic expectation about what they can expect from marriage and their spouse. And shock and horror when they discover that their husband is just like every other guy, and that, and they're left thinking, oh my gosh, our marriage is a failure. It's a sham. It's whatever. What am I supposed to do? I mean, just listen to this episode. Like I said, nothing he said there would disabuse a woman of that perspective. And I would say, if anything, it actually encourages that perspective.
I think that's a real disservice. The Allens of the world can club them, after they admit to it.
Yeah, I think that's a real problem, real disservice. That I don't know what necessarily what the solution is, but whatever they're doing is not fixing the problem. I think it's only making it worse.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
Yeah. So either don't get married or come into marriage with real real expectations and a real understanding of what marriage means and how intimacy affects men and women differently for the most part, and what your different needs are, and be willing to be open and honest about it and avoid the judgment. Obviously if there's infidelity or even, let's say, chronic porn use or something like that's one thing. The infidelity, I think,
infidelity is a whole different level.
Is an asshole type thing. The porn, I think, is more of I think that's more of a biological issue that physiological thing that they need to work on. Yeah, because that addiction is real. I think that really can and does wire your brain and make it hard to overcome that.
Yeah,
but
it's not the same as cheating either.
No, I don't think so.
No.
But the solo stuff, I think we need to have the ability to treat that differently. Yeah. Because right now we don't.
Especially once you're married.
Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
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 So anyway, that's our response.
No more words of wisdom there from Christopher West. We're done.
I don't want. Thank you. I think we've heard what we need to hear. He rambles on for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? There's one thing. Let me just see here if he's got one. He's got one no fail cure to the masturbation.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, let me just see if I can find it here.
No fail.
Yep. Said it never fails.
See, tie his hands behind his back.
You're getting warmer.
No kidding.
They're getting warmer.
Gonna tie his shorts really tight. I'm sure even some guys can figure out a way around that.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
So here's the cure.
It's in a sense foolproof, and you'll understand why in a moment. When the temptation comes and you are in the throes to indulge in masturbation, get yourself in the shape of a cross and stay there until you make a Passover in your heart and in your body from lust to love. And when you are in the throes of a temptation to masturbate, putting yourself in the shape of a cross is a good place to have your hands. That's a good...
I'm going to guess he means face up, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
So bad.
Well, I'm serious, though.
Can you draw us a picture?
Well, I mean, how long are you going to lay there, though?
I think
that could interfere with
I think I would need some ropes, probably.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody out there has tried that.
And this is not a cure for the women, because according to our dear friend Jeannie, women can do it pure mentally,
yeah.
Right?
So that's true.
So maybe there's some solo Jedi guy that can figure out how to do it with just his mind, and then what do you do? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mean to like make fun of his solution too much. I get it, but
yeah, we get what he's saying.
But come on, like, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna lay there for hours and hope you fall asleep or whatever?
Yeah. Eventually have to do stuff.
I'm at work. Sorry, boss.
You're gonna take a 15 right here.
Yeah. Well, it might be more than 15. I'll let you know when I'm ready to go back to work. It's hard to drive the car this way. Not very safe.
Yeah, I don't can drive it to.
You better have a Tesla. Yeah. You better have a Tesla if you're going to do that. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
I mean, is that we basically were back to that and ice packs, right? That's the solution. Is that? Come on, really?
Not sure it's totally foolproof. I mean, I get where he's going with it.
Yeah.
You know. All right.
What do you do in the shower?
Well, you just got to get out of the shower and lay down.
Because you can't scrub yourself and you can't have your wife scrub you, so you just skip showers, bathing?
Maybe for that part. You just
I don't know. I think there's problems with this no fail solution.
It's true.
So if you think you have a no fail solution, let us know in the comments. or send us a message on chartedcatholicman@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, let's be realistic. Is your, what are you going to do? Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah, because your wife is going to be thrilled. Honey, I have to go lay down in the shape of a cross for a while.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
well, I can't take care of the baby.
Yeah. And if we're being consistent, she should be okay. Yes, because
this is the number one thing.
It is more important you not to fall into this than I have help feeding the kids and bathing the kids and getting her like nothing. I think earthly is more important than you not falling into this.
Or even let's just say, because it's kind of I think women would be appalled by that analogy. But what if instead of watching TV with them at night or talking to them, nope, I got to go lay down.
Yeah.
You know,
being your presence only enhances. Yep. So
it does.
Yep. I'm gonna go lay out in the garage floor. I'll lay under the car because then it'll be harder to get my hands up, right? And I'll just stay there.
And then she'll get in and just drive away.
Yeah, that's right.
Just put your head under the wheel, buddy.
Yeah, right. I mean, so this is the problem. We are not being serious. What he's saying is not serious.
Yeah. There's no way that works in marriage. There's no way.
Yeah. And yet, okay, and so that's the solution. We want people to do that instead of occasionally taking care of business.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, what do you think is going to have more detrimental effect on the marriage in the relationship?
Your wife is going to hate you if you say, I got to go lay down.
I mean, it'd be a perfect excuse never to have to do chores and stuff. What's she going to do?
She can't argue with it. I think she'd rather have the marital debt than that. I mean, you know, if you had to choose between the two, if you're with your husband,
yeah,
I think the marital debt is on the table again. So maybe that's what you got to do.
It's all coming back full circle. Dang it, John is right.
Yeah, John Farrell is right. Oh, that's funny.
I think there's a better way. I think there's a
reasonable way.
There's a reasonable UCM way. But neither John nor Christopher West will get on board with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Well.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments what you think of that. Other than you, Jonah 2.0, we don't really. We know what you're going to say, but for the rest of you, tell us what you think.
Yeah.
You agree with Christopher West? Do you agree more with us? Or maybe you have a total different perspective. Let us know in the comments.
That's fine too.
Yeah. There really isn't no wrong answer here.
I mean, you know, the reality is hopefully you're in a relationship with your wife where everybody's needs are met and everybody's happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds great.
Yeah.
And if you're the 99.9% of the rest of us, tell us what you think in the comments.
Yeah.
All right.
I really think all of his advice is terrible there. It's just not realistic.
Yeah.
The guy's never going to get married. And maybe that's good for him in the long run.
Could be.
Will he ever get over that habit? I mean,
very unlikely.
Yeah.
And not
by the 6 month
security.
standard. By the 6 month standard,
yeah.
I think that's virtually
yeah.
not possible for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I do. If you truly have an addiction, like you truly can't, whatever
we can disagree.
Whatever addiction it looks like. I'm not saying you shouldn't get married, but I think if you literally can't control yourself at all, you're going to struggle mightily with marriage, because marriage is going to require a lot of death to self.
Yeah.
Even in the good times. So I don't know what to tell that guy, but I think for the most part, people are probably you're just normal. What you're going through is normal stuff, and everyone kind of gets through it somehow.
Yeah.
And I would say, don't listen to Christopher West too much about this. Would be my recommendation.
Yeah. Don't be too hard on yourself. Go to confession.
Yep.
Just try your best.
Exactly.